So I have not done anything on my website. And there's plenty of voices talking about this administration. And I have to try and keep myself in a place where I can help others figure a way through the despair and the depression and the fear that they're feeling. I'm not scared. I'm angry. And to see what Trump did today, along with Vance, setting up President Zelensky for this shellacking that they did of a man who has held the line in Europe for 10 years against a murderous dictator who still thinks he's living in Stalin's Soviet Union. Another old man living in the past. It's more than appalling or shaming or disgusting or any of the expletives people are throwing out, and I've thrown a few. If the Republican Party, who put this man in power, and the oligarchs who think they now are in control, think for 2 minutes that this man is going to do anything decent for this country at any time ever, while they rape and pillage and destroy and steal for their own self-aggrandizement, they've got another thing coming. I have posted, I have followed, I am trying to find a way through, but when Vance blew his mouth off because he's feeling irrelevant, because Musk is now in control of our government, and that if Trump passes away, he will be president, and who's he going to have to deal with? The oligarch Duke Musk. We've always known that the rich were the ones who stepped in and gave money, especially after Citizens United, pushing the Heritage Foundation and their agendas, lobbying, but at least they kept their damn mouth shut and knew what side their bread was buttered on. And now we have an oligarch who is biting the hand that feeds them. $38 billion we've fed through him through our taxpayer dollars. And every time a Republican goes on about how the country is ruined and it's greed and graft and fraud and high debt and it's falling apart, well, they did it. They've been in power the last 30 years. They've made sure they had control of the Congress. They've made sure that they've been able to undermine any Democratic president, have them compromise their values away while they laid out promises. Reminds me of that old song, smiling faces sometimes. Nobody's listening to my little blog. Nobody ever will. But anytime I hear somebody say, I don't want to talk politics, oh, good for you. That's nice to live in your little bubble. Anybody says I'm depressed, I say, when you're done being depressed, get angry and get active. You try to talk to somebody with a MAGA hat on, and the minute you ask a question like, well, he said he'd bring prices down, what's happening? Well, I don't want to talk politics. I don't want to talk about it now. They have no answer. They're blindly following like lemmings, and the sheeple they accuse everybody else of being right off the cliff. But what I saw today was the worst thing that's probably happened in the White House. And it was all recorded for the whole world to see. It's on par with who was the congressman who went and beat up the other congressman right after the Civil War, or was it right before? Somebody help me out here. I'll have to go look it up. They came this close. I think if this had been in private, Vance probably would have flown at Zelensky They have created an international incident. These were shots across the bow. And for Trump to come out and say, well, he got upset and emotional about what we were saying, so we're just not going to do it. Well, Europe is going to step up. The rest of the world is isolating this country because of that man. Because of the people who voted him in, the white supremacists and the Christian nationalists. They've been working on this real hard for 40 years, and they smell blood in the water. They're chumming the water right now. And if people who voted for him are not ignorant, they're not stupid, well, they're like children, like I read in the alternate opinion piece. They didn't make a decision that was for the greater good. They made a decision for me, me, me. What can I get out of it? What can I have for this? I want free IVF. I want my job back because I voted for you for 3 times. I want you to take U.S. aid away, but give me the part of the money that I already spent on my farm. Me, me, me. And then they wonder why they have a me, me, me in the White House. This country needs to grow up. We need to grow up.